Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Musings on 39. I'm joined as always by my fellow co hosts. I'm sure you guys know them by now, Cameron, Tubbs.
Good evening, good evening. How are we all?
Does it? I just gotta say, Keanu, are you okay? You sound a little bit off today. That intro is as dry as a I don't know. Give me something that's dry,
Like a
boys.
desert.
That's probably the worst thing. Have you ever, when you're trying to give someone wheels and you just lose words, like you almost become blank in the moment. I think that's what happened to Tubbs right there. Very, very unfortunate. But don't worry, Tubbs. I'm sure there'll be another moment this evening where you can articulate yourself better. But Keanu says we're here for an exciting time. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what to talk about. Genuine. I don't know what to talk about. There's been so much going on. Life gets busy. And like when you're just blank. Have you ever, like, sitting with friends, family, or whatnot, and you're just sitting there? No one's talking. There's nothing to talk about or whatnot. It's like you can hear the crickets outside. Or you it's like I find those situations very, very awkward. I'm not sure about you guys.
Yeah, no, I know where you're coming from. Like that, the times when you sit around with acquaintance or someone you know, and then you're like, yo, but I know this guy, so
Yeah,
you'll be a good
yeah,
guy and you'll go greet them. And then you'll start a convo like, yo, something, I don't know.
bro. Or even look. I
Yeah,
mean, we've been in a relationship. Well, no, we've been in. We've been. No,
crazy.
okay. We are not. But you've been in your relationship for 2 or so years now. I've been in my relationship. This will be our 5th year. And remember back in high school, like you, of course, used to message girls on Instagram. I'm sure people still do that now. And sometimes you hadn't met the person or whatever, and then you like meet them in person, and you're like, okay, where do I start? Almost that kind of feeling.
You're
Like
like a how can I say, a telephonic relationship and not a in-person one. But also, as I was saying, like it's the worst for me is like when you just know an acquaintance and you try like have build a quick chat with them if they're not really the biggest extrovert or you might or you not, then they'll tell you about, oh, I drove here and I did this, and then when they're done, it's like awkward silence looking at one another. And I don't know. That's why I was saying it. It felt like that.
like, have you ever been out before and you met someone way back when or whatever the case may be, and like when they're on the opposite side of the club or whatever, and you just like glance, and you know who they are and they know who you are, but it's just like there's no communication whatsoever.
So what I'm gathering from this is that you guys will have no idea what to say or what to do if you ever get invited to like a speed dating event.
Oh, I'll know what to say then. I'll just speak the biggest load of rubbish as well. I mean, like, what are you going to... Hi, my name's Tom and I work in supplies.
No, no. Look, I think it will be cool because then you kind of put in a situation where you have to make convo, and hopefully your I think it's
Yeah,
also
sink or
your
swim, man.
vibe. You'll know if your date and you like connect quickly, whereby you can quickly like have a conversation with
Mm.
someone and like four, five, six things in common come up quite quickly if you have lots in common. Where like people that are big age differences or occupational differences, there's often struggles to relate. They'll talk about example how they've how can I say, fix this engine and have done this, and then you there like, oh, cool, nice, okay, like I know a little
Yeah,
bit, but I
I
don't know what's
suppose it
going
all
on.
depends on how much time the speed dating organizers give you, really.
How often have you guys seen any adverts for any speed dating whatsoever? I mean, it's like by the time the episode is released, it's gonna be just past Valentine's, and like the fact that no like restaurants or cafes are going to try and like capitalize on all of the people looking for dates or who don't have dates yet. Come on, Just
So you're saying like
just throw an event, do something.
if you had a restaurant, just singles events or something like that.
Do something. I mean, especially now, considering the fact that Valentine's is just passed, do something a little bit out of the box. Allow people to like maybe build some, rapport with each other in some sense of the matter. I mean, considering you did mention there that you are in a relationship, so hit us up then, man. What have you done before for like a Valentine's Day? Any interesting stories going on there?
Yeah. I can't remember much, man. I'm lying. Well,
She drunk
since
you
I've
under the
been-
table.
No. I've actually been very fortunate. My girlfriend actually took me for dinner the one time. There's this place in Brooklyn, in Pretoria. It's called Crawdaddy's. Probably the best steak I've ever had in my life. That thing was Subs, you'd know in the cooking profession, a nice steak that's covered in like a garlic butter sauce and whatnot. That just hit my heart to a different place. But yeah, I think more juvenile thoughts when I think of gifts for Valentine's. I always
Crazy.
used to be so shy. No, not juvenile like that.
Damn, son.
Um,
Crazy. This has turned PG-18 real quick.
Listen, my name isn't Benjamin Mendy. The
Juvenile.
point that I'm trying to make is that
Like,
when I was in primary school, like, do you remember those rose companies that used to sell the artificial roses and stuff?
yo, look, I don't really have
So
that.
the one time I bought roses,
Mm.
right, and I didn't have the balls to go and give them to the girl, so I kept them in my bag the whole day.
Mm.
And I just when we went to music, I knew which bag was her bag, so I just put everything in her bag and zipped it up.
So it was like that anonymous Valentine. You'll never know who I am, but I'm watching you.
Her friends knew that it was me, and she messaged me later, "Oh, were these from you?"
Well, I mean, at least you didn't come out as like this major stalker.
I mean-
I've been watching you this
I mean,
whole
she
time.
liked me. She liked me. I liked her. I don't think you could call it like boyfriend girlfriend thing, or
It was a spark there.
just like a mutual. Yeah, I mean, but you know how it is when you're young, you have these weird, like perceptions of life.
Oh yeah,
But those were fun days. Fun days. Have you guys ever received a Valentine? Because I didn't receive. I don't think I received a Valentine my whole entire school
Damn, bro.
career.
It was quite interesting that you brought up those companies with the artificial roses, because it was actually in my primary school. There was a classroom on the third floor that was like dedicated when Valentine's, like February starts. They would transform that library section into like a Valentine's gift section now, where there will be cups and chocolates and teddies and your roses and you name it. So it was
You go in there, you buy something, and then you tell everyone, "Oh no, I'm gonna give someone," but you gift yourself.
yeah, or you give your mother or you give your sister, or some people pull that way. But yeah. Anyway,
You're thinking some
Ah,
sweet
yeah,
home
yeah.
Alabama stuff there.
hey,
Alright, I'm gonna have to put you in the corner.
no, but hold on. But anyway, all
What? Put him in a corner and what?
That was just
Yo, that's a little bit offside.
Gotta chuck him in horny
That's a
jail,
little
dog.
offside.
no. Look, what are you saying? I just went on the juvenile starter chat. But anyway, all
Aye,
things
y'all are
aside.
juvenile today.
All things aside, funnily enough, I don't even think if I did receive anything in primary school, I can't really remember. I don't think I did. I don't think I gave out any as well, so,
And it became expensive, bro.
yeah, not only
Jesus.
that, I didn't, I think I liked,
Did you ever buy chocolates for a girl and then you saw she got Valentine's from
So
other
you eat
people
it.
or whatever the case may have been? So you just ate it yourself?
I think we've all known that one chick when we've gone to high school, or that one individual in our schools or whatever in whatever scenario, that they're the only one getting a bunch of Valentine's gifts,
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
and
sure.
you're thinking to yourself, oh, I made something special, but then you see a whole bunch of other stuff. You're like,
Ah.
yeah, okay, next year.
Yo,
It's
that
like,
literally happened.
well, in high school,
Dude,
yo,
I just remembered high school, bro. Talking about people getting so
that
many
was sad.
gifts, dude. Like, obviously, we went to all boys school, so obviously, well, most boys obviously didn't give each
You
other
didn't receive
roses.
anything from anyone in your class. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
so basically, what would happen is that other schools, girls' schools, boys' schools, whatever way you swing, could send you roses. Dude, and I remember, I can't remember the guy's name, and I probably wouldn't say it on the podcast, but he had a whole cricket bag full of like women sending him roses. So I was like, damn, bro, like this man's moving mad.
Hey, sprinkle some dust on me, dog. Sprinkle some magic dust on me.
Yeah, he's moving mad. He's moving
Yeah,
mad. He has to be
he
doing
either has a big wood or something else, bro.
something's funky there. I don't know.
He knows how to whack him out of the park. But nah, I mean, look, I'm just gonna be that one outlier. I understand what people get out of Valentine's Day, but I'm just one of those people that advocate love every day of the year. Valentine's is just a scam to take your money away.
You think it's a money making racket?
It's a money making racket, dog. Jeez.
It sounds like
La-
a guy that just doesn't get anything on Valentine's Day and being sour.
He's like the Grinch. He never got a present, so he just hated on everyone who did.
Nah, dog. I mean,
Indeed.
I did like once or twice. Anyway, but think about
Sure.
it. Everything that's in red is marked up. I mean, how many times, like, when we were in school, did they say, okay, pay $5 or pay whatever, and you can come to school, but you
Hey,
gotta
bro,
wear
I was
red.
happy to pay that R5 so I could wear civvies to school.
You see, it's still money making, and then like some places decided to have like the school dance or whatever the heck, and then that's something else you gotta
No,
pay
bro,
on
you
top.
must let people live.
I get that, but at the same time, it's still like money making schemes, dog. There's a conspiracy
So
going
did you
on.
not go to school dances? Let me just get the question out.
I did, I did.
Because you're a Valentine's hater, you're a school dance hater. So
But Tubbs,
I'm a
you in
school dance
the food
lover.
industry, isn't Valentine's Day good? Because everyone, that's like the one night a year where people actually put their money where their
Of
mouth is.
course, it's lucrative, but at the same time, like personally, for me, I just think it's like, it's like, it's exactly what Easter has become. It's just become Easter egg selling. It's what Christmas has become. There's like no real.
But don't you think it's down to the individual what it means to them?
Exactly, and I don't disagree with that. I just feel
So you're just going based on the westernized view.
I just yeah, I kind of disagree with like what it's become. I mean, I kind of respect what some Eastern cultures do. They at least have some form of like tradition regarding some, some holidays or whatever. I can't even call Valentine's Day a holiday. Somewhere down the line, a piece of shit changed the meaning of Valentine's Day.
I agree with Kiani. Just you're a Valentine's Day hater, done and dusted. Fair shot.
General haters
Grinch 2.0 to
rise.
the 14th of February.
no. He's that guy that went and spent big, man. He went, bought the big teddies, the big chocolates, the big
The
fucking
big
mugs,
titties, you know the
the
ones that are
big
bigger than the
mugs.
girl, bro.
Yeah, like bags,
With the
roses.
hearts, I love you, babe. Have a
We
great day.
we
The
talking
whole
PS bars.
enchilada, bro. You rock up with a trailer, bro.
February
That's
is
something
now
for
Black
fam.
History Month. We was
Nah,
kings,
nah. So
bruv.
anyway,
Oh,
We
he's diverging
rising.
again. Diverging. Bought these big ass teddies, you name it. Then probably rocks up, tells her,
and then man had
"Yo,
to eat it all himself.
no, yo, sweetie, wanna be my Valentine?" And they're like, "Nah, bro." He just
No.
goes over these teddy and these mugs and everything.
I'm not gonna lie,
Babe, you're bringing back past trauma.
back in like early primary school, that was the kind of vibes I was rocking with. Coming into high school, it just became a thing from high school where it just was like, it's just another day. Let's be real.
Tell us, Tubbs, who was the girl that hurt you so bad, man? Who was the girl? What happened that fateful Valentine's Day in your youth?
I don't even remember. That's
What
how
happened? What
irrelevant
did
it
you do?
is.
How sour was that, bro?
Straight up, no
Valentine's
cap.
later, bro.
No
Like the
cap.
Grim Reaper on
Do you know what the
Valentine's.
problem is? Do you know what the
I
problem
ain't
is? He
capping.
probably got the beating of his life when he arrived home, and his dad's like, I thought that was for someone, and there he is just eating the chocolates on his own.
We ain't capping, boys. We ain't capping. And that chocolate was good.
No, but
It's so sour because they're the
That
chickies.
chocolate was far sweeter than anything I would have gotten in primary school.
but look. Let me ask this. It will be the last thing on Valentine's.
Sham, I'm sorry that happened.
Tell me a good memory you have, a good one, not a bad one. Like me, I told you guys I don't remember much, but I just remember the classroom that was always transformed into this Valentine shop. So I can't remember if I ever got anything or if I gave anything. I just want to hear a good memory from your side, Tubbs. Not a Grim Reaper Valentine's hater memory. We want some
Grim
positive energy,
Reaper.
bro.
Look again. Valentine's Day is not. It's not like this boogeyman hanging over your head. It's not this day of the year that you have to hunker down in a bunker. Yes, I have had good memories back in the between 2012 and 2015. I had some good memories on Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna lie. Going out on a date. Having fun, going out. There was no place to go really to dance because we just weren't old enough at the time. But just hang out in the garden, just chilling it out under the stars and stuff like that. It's stuff like that.
It's the man's old school.
It's also things like you can do a lot of things without having to splash cash. That's what I'm advocating. Valentine's is just because, again, I've mentioned it earlier before. It's just this whole you gotta buy something for someone on Valentine's Day. Back in grades pre-primary school, I remember we used to make cards using the pasta and the red glitter. Come on, people, be a little bit imaginative and do something out of the box.
So, in other words, everyone listening, be creative, go back to being old school, and when in doubt, be the Grim Reaper.
And
So,
in further
Facts.
doubt,
so talking about
make a
Factos.
nah. If you really want to go nostalgic in Tab's words, fucking get the glue out, rock some pasta, and make a lovely Valentine's gift card for your loved ones.
make a necklace with that pasta, Chanas. Lads out there, that's the way to go.
Of course.
Pasta
Of course.
necklaces are making a return in 2022. Ladies, watch out. No more diamonds. You got carbs to eat.
Boom.
So, what's been happening on social media, chaps?
People being pieces of shit. Kicking cats.
Well,
Kicking animals.
we're not talking about the chick that that roasted your Valentine's Day, but yes, seriously, people being pieces of nonsense on social
What's
media.
the most correct functioning word to say on the podcast on terms of accused
Politically correct speaking.
unwanted intercourse convictions?
That that you kind of hit home with that.
Yo, look, there's what's a nice word what would you mention, Cameron?
Oh wow! Why did I've gone
No,
blank?
now
I
see
seem to
now
have
I've also gone
blank.
blank. Now to use my stupid word to
Clearly, social media at this present moment in time is more shedding a dark light on football rather than a positive light as of late. I mean, for Man United fans, every time they open social media, they've either lost or they end up signing up some old person on a new contract. So, that must be pretty
Did
enjoyable.
anyone here catch the AFCON?
I'd be lying if I said I watched a full game, but I did watch here and there.
I'm not gonna lie, I did watch the final until just before full time, just because I watched the first few minutes and my star boy Mane missed a pen, which was a bit rough. But I don't know, it was a weird, like, I don't really want anyone to lose. Or I saw a little meme saying, I just want both teams to have fun. And that's kind of how I was feeling. The rest of
I just on both teams to have fun. Yeah.
the rest of the AFCON, yeah, and then the normal stars. I was quite surprised with Cameroon. I thought they did quite well for the team they have. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if there were any.
Ghana again failing in spectacular fashion as
I'm
well.
gonna be a bit out of pocket. Salah was a little bit disappointing in the AFCON, to be honest. I
Mm,
mean, in 7 games,
Well,
he's only scored 2 goals
if you
and no
look,
assists.
yeah, but also if you look at the team that he had behind him compared to the team that, if we are comparing Salah and Mane, which most people are, I mean, if Senegal didn't win the tournament this year, then I don't think they would have won it. They had arguably the best keeper in Europe over the past season, Mendy, in goal. They had Koulibaly, one of their best centre backs in the world, and Serie A.
Kuyate from Crystal Palace in the midfield or defense, I don't even know, played.
Yeah.
No, the team was full of stars, man.
So it was full of stars. So whereas Salah with Egypt, apart from
But
him,
not only I mean, you can't
did
only
Al
just look.
Neni even
He
start?
did. He was in the final. He
Ah,
started.
They had Idrissa
okay, so
Gana
cool. That's two
Gueye,
players from the Prem.
Koulibaly, Kuyate, Saw.
But look, the thing, what I'm saying about Salah is, in general, he had a dreadful AFCON.
No, that's harsh. That is crazy. That you mad, bro.
I think that's harsh to say because if that's the team behind him,
For his standards is what I'm coming from.
I have to disagree with all of you. I think even if you had the best players behind him, I think he's still probably the best player in the world as it stands at this moment. I think if you looked at the few games, which I did watch a couple of minutes here and there, and I think he was a great captain, firstly, and I think you that what like he created chances. He scored crucial penalties. He scored, I think, twice, taking the fifth penalty, putting his team through. He didn't take a penalty kick in the final, but I think he was a crucial thing just because if you also look at Egypt's results, it's not like they've gone out and splashed teams 2, 3, 4-0. It was like a goal, odd goal here and there. So I don't know. I feel it's a bit harsh on them. If I look at this, they beat 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0.
They lost 2 matches, the final and their opening game against Nigeria. That's
Hmm.
Egypt,
Okay,
right?
but
They've won
then
all their other matches.
did you,
Meanwhile, Senegal have drawn only 2 matches.
okay, but take into consideration who Egypt played. Nigeria, fine, reasonably good
Nigeria,
team. They
yeah.
lost. Okay, Guinea, they beat them. Sudan, they beat them. Ivory Coast, they're nowhere near what they were about 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. They beat them. The Morocco one is fully upset, and Salah did score in that game. Fair. Cameroon, I think it's a tremendously hard game playing in Cameroon. They only won on penalties, so they didn't score a goal. And then they didn't score a goal in the final either. They lost on penalties again. So the drought of goals within the whole team. So I think good captain. I think he took them to the final. I think he was promising. He was exciting to watch as always. He did get 2 goals. So there's not much more. I think he's scored what 4 goals in the tournament. So he got half the team's goals.
The thing is that, based off of what he's done at Liverpool for this past season, by scoring 16 goals, and then you go to a national tournament where you're expected to continue that good form. Meanwhile, you just pop out 2 goals. It's just kind of like, you look at it and you just think like, okay, what happened
was that a
there?
2 goals, 7 assists?
So
What, in AFCON? No, it's just
Yeah.
2 goals straight.
so
No
your
assists.
team has
Seven
scored
No,
matches
no,
played.
four
no assists.
goals in the whole tournament, or five, and you've scored 2 out of 5.
and you scored half.
It's nearly half of your
But he's
team's
the top
goals.
goal scorer of the Premier League.
Okay, so what was the highest goal scorer
Yes,
in
but I think
AFCON?
you. But Tubbs, if you were to even put your golden boy Ronaldo in that team, I'm pretty sure it would probably be similar to that as well. I think we underestimate how much of a. I mean, yes, they are individual players, but you know, they are able to do what they do because of what's
Bro,
behind
oh
them
my
as well.
goodness.
You know, it's like if you look at Lewandowski, arguably the best striker in the world. Striker, not forward, striker in the world. Should have won the past 2 Ballon d'Ors, but of course that's bribery and corruption. When he plays for Poland, he hardly scores any goals. So now you're going to say that he should do better. No, you have to understand the team that Poland is. Without
No,
being
look,
rude, but
Yeah.
the
let's
quality of
let's
player
just
that
be fair.
that Poland
No,
provides
you're
as well.
correct, but let's be fair to them, right? So they lost their first game to Nigeria 1-0, no goal scored. They played the next game against Guinea. They won 1-0 with Salah scoring. So that's the first goal of the tournament for them. Then they beat Sudan 1-0. Salah did not score. I don't even know if he played. Oh, he did play. Okay, 1-0. So that's 2 goals for Egypt. They then played Ivory Coast. They didn't score any goals. The game went to penalties. Salah scoring the fifth pen, and then they went through. Then they played Morocco, which was a good game. Salah scored. They won the game in extra time. So that's 4 goals now for Egypt. Then they didn't score against Cameroon. So we're on 4 goals, and they didn't score against Senegal. So he scored 2 goals out of 4 or 5. I don't know if I miscounted one now.
But
So,
are
so
you
that's
somewhat?
50%
I
of the team goals. Literally.
but I don't like. Do you understand where I'm coming
No,
from?
dude, because
A
if you
player
look
of
at
his caliber.
no, bro, if you look at Liverpool have scored 58 goals. He scored 16 of them. Right? That's just to put in consideration now how much he scored out of 58, and out of 4 goals he scored 2 of them.
Don't forget the amount of.
So
But we're now just going off of
no,
stats.
but you gotta
We can
compare.
all agree that none of.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, but what I mean is that like we have to all accept like none of us really took the time and really sat down and watched some of these matches. I'm not.
No, yes, of course, but I also think most people want to compare apples with apples because they want to compare the Salah Mane situation. If you then look at Mane, he got named player of the tournament, scored a couple of goals here and there and whatnot. Also missed a pen
Just
and
want to
whatnot.
quickly
But
intervene.
if you
Just
look
one
at
second.
his
1 second,
ability,
it's relevant.
yeah,
Salah actually also had 2 goals and an assist. So he assisted Trezeguet in the
he was
game against
involved in
Morocco. So
75% of.
yeah, just putting it out there. So that's 2 goals and an
Oh,
assist
just to
out
go,
of
it was
4 goals.
so.
All right, those two. Continue.
But my
Continue.
point is that, okay, so Mane is playing with Mendy, Saar, Idrissa Gueye, Kouyaté, and Co. Right behind him. Okay, he is now able to play more of a game that he normally plays because he has all that support behind him. Those are top class players at some of the best clubs, not just in the Prem but in Europe. So what I'm saying is that for Mane going into the Senegal team, it's almost was like he was rocking up to Liverpool. He had more than enough experience behind him to allow him to play the way he wanted. Whereas Salah, he was pretty much Egypt's golden ticket. He had to pretty much, well, even there you see he was involved in 75% of the goals that they scored. He literally carried the team. Not saying that other players didn't do anything because their keeper did a lot and whatnot. But his role must have been completely different to that of a Mane or other forwards playing in AFCON.
Of course, I mean, look, you put it into a lot more perspective than I was thinking about it initially. It's just something that you look at and you think, for someone like him, you'd expect something a lot better statistics, but at the same time, you, as I mentioned, you did put it into perspective. He is, you could say, very much carrying the team. But after AFCON, can you say that? I mean, considering his contract is coming up, will you guys be happy if he gets renewed, or where do you guys stand on that?
No, I'll put it simply for all of us. I think you should just give the contract, get it done and dusted. I think it's just a quick answer here. I'm sure all my fellow supporters feel the same. But I'm going to ask you guys one last question, and I'm going to go to the Prem a bit. Um, from my side, do you guys think Newcastle can beat the drop with their signings they've made?
Just look at the way they've really invested. Their new owners are amazing, don't you guys think? Like no one would have expected Newcastle to have pulled in Bruno Grimares from Lyon, right? That was something completely out
That's
from
all
left field.
cash, bro. If they don't beat the drop, he's leaving, bro.
I mean, of
I
course.
wouldn't be surprised if Trippier leaves as well or not. But I do think I was hesitant to back them, but I do think Norwich, there's way too much for them to do. I think they're going to go down. Watford, they chop and change managers so many times that I wouldn't be surprised if Roy Hodgson gets sacked before the end of the season. I think they'll go down. And I do think this may be the season that Burnley go down as well. I just think Newcastle will have a little bit more firepower and a little bit more oomph and perhaps even incentive financially for the players to pick their socks up and to...
But they literally got they got literally upgrades for most of the positions that they needed.
Oh, that's
Chris
what happens
Wood.
when you get bought up by billionaires.
True. I mean, but at the same time, you need to have billionaires that care about the product. I mean, I'm mainly taking digs at
Well, I mean, you
Arsenal
guys
and
have
Man
had
United.
owners that don't care about the product. Yeah, exactly. But you guys are still doing all right.
There are people in this world that are, they're given twigs and they can build a Bugatti. Or that was just a poor analogy there. But what I mean is, like, it started with Sir Alex Ferguson. He was not really given a whole lot after 2008, if I remember correctly. But in any case, he was able to hold that club up still to the level of winning Premier Leagues. Meanwhile, you see now that they're managers who got, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Paul Pogba, all these massive names, and like, what did they really get out of it? They didn't get the main goal of the Premier League. I think that if they continue investing into Newcastle, I think if they continue the way that they have, displayed themselves in this past January window, I think they can go much further than just staying up past the drop. I would, be daring enough to say they could maybe even challenge for an FA Cup or maybe even a top 6 position.
All right, no, fair. That answers my thing.
Yeah. But I think, there's a long way to go still in the season. A long, long way. With still 14 odd games. So let's see. I do think that it will be quite... I think it will be quite interesting. For our listeners out there, maybe give us your opinion on who you think will fall for the drop, or those who you think will finish above the drop. We'd be interested to hear your thoughts and your predictions, as well as any of your Valentine's Day stories that you have encountered over the years, or even your perspective on Valentine's Day. We'd love to interact with you all and
My last thing,
communicate with you.
just the in-game update. Burnley United, 72 minutes, 1-1, so I'm loving it. And with that, all our listeners, please give our respective pages on your podcast listening app of choice. Have a look at our Instagram and listen to our previous pods if you have not as of yet. And with that, the musing team signs out. Peace.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.